Good morning, lovely Year Sixes. This is Miss Norton here. Just for those that don't know me, I am Clydesdale class teacher at Whitehorse Manor Junior. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be posting arithmetic revision daily for you. So I'm going to post 12 questions every day. All you're going to need for this is a pen and paper or whiteboard and pen, whichever you have available to answer some arithmetic questions. What I suggest you do, in a moment I will put up the 12 questions. I then suggest that you pause the video for 10 minutes while you work through and try and work out all the answers to the questions. After that time you can restart the video and I will give you the answers and work through some of them with you. Okay, here are your 12 arithmetic revision questions for today. As usual, get yourself a pen and paper, whiteboard and pen. Either one of those is fine, and work through those questions. Pause the video now for 10 minutes. Have a look, do as many of them as you can, and then resume the video after 10 minutes and I'll go through the answers with you. Okay, well done Year 6. Let's go through the answers now. So question 1 was 682 multiplied by 100. So the first thing we do here is we looked at its multiplication, so our answer is going to get bigger. So we've got two placeholders, we need to move our decimal point 2 places to the right to make our number bigger. At the moment, that's where our decimal point is. We need to move it 2 places along, so we end up with it here. So our answer is 68200. 68200, 68,200. So the answer to number 1, 68,200. Number 2 is similar, but this time we're dividing. We've got 0.06 divided by 10 this time. So we know it's dividing, so our number's going to get smaller. So this time our decimal point will move to the left. We've got one placeholder, so our decimal point is here, and it will move now to here. So we get 0.006. 0.006. Okay, it's moved one place here, so we get 0.006. Remembering, because it's division, we move it to the left, our number gets smaller, and we look at how many placeholders we have to determine how many places that moves. Okay, number 3, 40 times 30. Hopefully you spotted here that you can do 4 times 3 quite easily using your times tables. 4 times 3 is 12. We made that 10 100 times bigger. We took a 0 from here and a 0 from here. We made it 100 times smaller, so we put them both back on. We make it 100 times bigger. Okay? If it was just 4 times 30, we'd put 1 back on. We made it 10 100 times bigger, so we put them both back on. So our number there, our answer is 1,200 for number 3. Number 4, I'll just give you the answer to. We've done a couple of long divisions in the last few days. So 496 divided by 16, the answer is 31. And you could have checked that using the inverse. If you did 31 times 16, then you would have got 496. So hopefully you checked that using the inverse. Number 5, 2/5 multiplied by 3/8. Okay, so fractions, when we multiply, we don't have to worry that our denominators are different. That's only when we're adding and subtracting. So for multiplication, I can just multiply the top and multiply the bottom. So 2 times 3 is 6, 5 times 8 is 40. And then I should always look and see if I can simplify that, put it in its lowest terms. And for this, I can just make it divided by 2, so 3/20. Okay, so 6/40 or 3/20 in its lowest terms is your answer for, what was that? That was number 5. Number 6, we've got one of those questions where we have different operations. So we've got an addition, we've got brackets, and then we've got a division. So we've got 32 divided by 8. So I'm going to write down BODMAS, because if I forgot what order they go in, this will help me. Brackets, order, decimal, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So here I've got brackets, division and addition. So brackets is always going to go first. So whatever I do, I have to do this calculation first. So 32 divided by 8 is 4, and then I can do the rest of it. 40 plus 4, your answer would be 44. If you've got brackets, always do that first. That's the first bit of BODMAS. So wherever you see a bracket, that's the bit in the calculation that you start with first. Okay, number 7. Oh yeah, we had a missing number one here. So we had something, take away 100 equals 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, now some people look at this and they just add it. But then if you did add this, you'd end up, sorry, they take it away. They see the take away and they see, and they take it away and they get 1, 1, 3, 5. If you did do that, you should always check reading across. 1,135 take away 100, is that correct? And so you need to think about this, okay? Remember yesterday I said whatever is on this side of the equal sign has to equal what's on this side of the equal sign. So if you've got 1,235 here, this answer here is something take away that. So it's got to be more. It's got to be more because in taking this away you get to this. So you've got to add this together, okay? 1,235 add 100 is 1,335. And then read it to yourself. Once you've put a number in a missing box, read it and make sure it makes sense. 1,335 take away 100. Yes, that's correct. I've done that right, okay? If you're not understanding these, do it with some smaller numbers, just so you understand. You could do something, for instance, where you just say minus 10 equals 20, okay? Something minus 10 equals 20, just so you can see it a little bit clearer, okay? If you suddenly thought, I'm going to take this away, that's wrong, isn't it? 10 minus 10 isn't 20. This has to be more because you're taking 10 away to get this number. So 30 minus 10 is 20. Sometimes I say that to the children in my class when there's big numbers to help them understand it. Just use smaller numbers so you can get into your head what the question is actually asking you. Okay, so the answer to that was 1,335 because 1,335 take away 100 is the same as 1,235. Number 8, we've got a mixed number subtraction of fractions. So we've got 1 3/5 take away 4/5. All right. Before we work this out, we need to put them in the same thing again. So I need to put this into an improper fraction. And to do that, you see how many holes you have. So 1, 5 plus 3, you've got 8. You've got 1 and 3 left over, which is 8/5. 1 times 5, add 3, 8/5. Take away 4/5. Because it's take away, I need to check my denominators, but they're the same, so I don't have to do anything. 8 take away 4 is 4. And there's your answer, 4/5. So all we had to do there was make them the same. We don't have to convert it back, 4/5. It's not a mixed number, that's absolutely fine. Your answer is 4/5 for that question. Number 9, 15.4 multiplied by 4. So take your decimal out. In doing so, you've made it 10 times bigger. So just remember, make your answer 10 times smaller. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20, 21. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Okay, we made it 10 times bigger, we make it 10 times smaller, 61.6. And remember what I said when you do these types of questions, just check that that makes sense. 15 times 4, is that going to be 61? Yes, because 15 times 4 is 60, and you've got 4.4 times 4, so that is going to be correct. If you forgot to put your decimal in and you give that as an answer of 616, have a look at that and think about it. That's not going to be right, is it? Because 4 times 15 is not going to be 616. So always check that your answers are logical. Check that they're making sense. Okay, number 10. Number 10 was just a straightforward multiplication. 62 times 6. The answer is 372. Number 11, 3.8 plus 2.19. I'll just show you this so you get your placeholders right, because some people go a bit wrong not lining this up properly. So 3.8, you need to keep your decimals right. So 2.19 rather, will go here, 2.19. And what I do is I always put a placeholder at the top, just so it's even and it makes more sense. And then check your operation, it's addition, and then you can go. So 9, decimal point 5. So your answer for that is 5.99. Okay, last one, a percentage question, number 12. There was 21% multiplied by 360. Right, some people see this and they start to try and multiply it, doing it as a fraction. Remember, that means of. It's just 21% of 360. Okay, so as we were doing with the other percentages, always best to find 10% of the number first. So 10% of 360, divide it by 10, we get 36. To get 10%, I know that's 2 times as much, so that's 72. So I've got 20%, so now I need to find 1%. To find 1%, I divide my number by 100. So 10% would be 36, divided by 100 is 3.6. Right, so I write everything down so it's clear. And then to get 21%, I know I've got 20 and 1% to add together. So I need to add together these two totals. If you can do that in your head, great. If not, good chance to practice lining things up. 72, I'm going to put those extra bits there to help me because I've got a decimal, so 3.60 to add on. 0, 6, decimal point, 5 and 7. So my answer would be 75.6 or 75.60 for number 12. Okay, good job today. I'll put all those answers up on the slide for clarification in a moment. Okay, just to clarify, here are all those answers for those questions for today. Okay, well done, Year 6. Just a reminder, I hope you're all doing your mathletics online as well. I know that I and some of the other teachers have linked the mathletics to the learning, so there will be some questions on area, perimeter and volume this week, which the other videos hopefully you're accessing are about in these daily math sessions. Also, don't forget to log on and have a look at your class blogs to find out what's going on. Your teachers would love to hear from you. Okay, have a lovely day. Stay safe.